Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance is a lot of wasted potential. It had a gem in there somewhere in the game, but it gets marred by bugs and, more importantly, design choices in the game that really stop it from being really fun. And that starts with the combat and its extremely slow animations for all the characters, making any of the hits that you're producing feel like there's no impact behind them. Not to mention, if you do get hit by the enemy, which does move faster than you, you're punished by being knocked down and not being able to get up as they continue striking you on the floor. And by the time you get up, half your health can be gone. Not to mention parrying and blocking, the ability that for you to kind of withstand some attacks is very inconsistent. Sometimes you're able to parry, sometimes you're not, even though it looks like you should be able to. And blocking overall drains your stamina really quickly. And the tanky controls of all the characters in the game, the way you commit to an animation and you're gonna attack in the same straight line, you're not able to adjust your character's movement so you can strike the enemies around you, really just make it feel super. It takes away any kind of fluidity that the game might have had. Where the combat could have been its saving grace, it becomes its biggest setback, I would say. And it goes even further when you start playing with a little bit more difficulty there. You go, you know, the power level, for example, you enter a level and it tells you power level recommended 1400, and I come in with 1500. I'm struggling just to defeat some enemies because they drain your health, half of your health with 1 to 2 hits. It doesn't match up at all with the power recommendation and difficulty you get, along with very slow animations, not reliable parrying, somewhat reliable dodging, tanky controls, being committed to an animation that you can't break with a block that you would in regular games, in case like, oh snap, I'm about to get hit, let me break the animation block, or at least be able to break the animation with a roll. You can't do any of that. Then it has, on top of that, a very overly simplistic crafting system that basically revolves around, oh, you have this weapon, you can upgrade it 3 times, you can't upgrade its rarity, you can't upgrade its properties, you're just gonna have to find a better version out of it out in the world, which, by the way, you will not be able to equip while you're actually playing in the level. You would have to wait until you finish the level, like something like Warhammer Vermintide and the way Anthem was in the beginning. But, you know, there are some saving graces in this game. It does look quite good. I love the aesthetic of the game. I love the Dungeons & Dragons aesthetic overall, and I think they did a great job here. Not to mention the cinematics are quite good, and some of them are actually pretty funny. And the setup for the game that they have here is that, you know, you go to a level with your friends, and you just go through it, get your gear, go back to your lobby, sort of like Warhammer Vermintide. It's a great setup. It's an addictive setup for a game that'll be perfect, and you would kind of go back with each difficulty, try to fight the harder enemies and harder variations. It's something that I thought this game actually does really well in comparison to its peers like Warhammer, or like something like World War Z, something of, you know, something that's close to it. This exploration in this game is a lot more rewarding because you get upgrade system, you get upgrade crystals, you get, you know, armors, you get chests, you have little puzzles that you can have to jump around and figure out, and overall just exploration is just more fun. Not to mention, there's a decent amount of levels to start with in this game. If they keep supporting this game, it already starts with quite a lot of levels. So there are redeeming factors in this game, and I think the combat overall is actually, there's fun to be had if they speed up some animations. They give you the ability to break animation for blocks. They make them more reliable. They make it more impactful, whether it be sound effects and feedback. And actually, this game, with those fixes, can potentially be good. But in the state that it's now, especially at $40, it's a very rough game. If I paid like $20 for this game, or the way I played it on Game Pass, where I have no regret about it, then it's not too bad. You know, it's doable there. But if you're spending your money on it in this state, I would recommend for a deep sale, and I would recommend for you to kind of wait a little bit further until they patch it up. And I haven't even beaten the game. I'm not gonna be, you know, I'm not gonna be messing around with you guys. I haven't even beaten the game, but at the point that I played and how much I've played of it, it's just not worth it. I don't care how much content it has. I don't care how much loot it has. Where the fundamental combat of the game is just not fun. But I would like to know from you guys, have any of you guys picked up the game? Have you been enjoying it? Is there things you like about it? Is there things you dislike about it? And it's sad because I am a big fan of the Dark Alliance Baldur's Gate games for PS2. I've gotten it on Switch, and it tries to emulate that without having that fun, so to say, where the combat really, like I said, could have been just a saving grace. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to subscribe down below for more content like this. This is just my impressions of the game. Maybe perhaps I'll do a review later on if once I get a little bit more into it. There you go, guys. That was my impressions of the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, and you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.